With the drums and the bass and the sample, this is how it goes. Hey, what's up? Today I'm gonna show you how to sample like Metro Boomin. Metro! Let's just hear how epic it sounds, how scary, dark, and moody. Just throw it on the loops and put some drums. So for instance, this part is what I sample. This is the second part. Just another 2-bar loop. What I did was just download each of the chops. So I just made it easy on myself. So let me add this part and I'll play this part out for a 2-bar sequence. So the intro will go something like this. It has that very intense feeling in the intro, like something's about to come up. So then I loop this for like 4 bars. You know? So when it's done, it will go into this part. One thing you want to understand with trap and Metro Boomin style is very like 2-bar loops, bro. 2-bar loops that could be played for 4 bars, and then you play another sequence of a 2-bar loop. And then if you want to like switch it up, I'm gonna just show you guys what I did in my arrangement. So when it gets to this part, I just reverse the sample. So yeah, like think very ambient. Like Metro Boomin is more so drum focused, I would say. There's a lot going on with the drums, then there should be less going on with the melodies. That's just a good rule of thumb. And then this part, I actually just put up the octave. I didn't reverse it. So you can see I went up versus this. As far as effects go, I use a passive EQ just to like mess with EQ in a more technical way, like in the stereo width and in the mono. And then I just use parametric EQ just to cut off the low end. And I put all the sample into one bus. So you want to cut out the low end so you can have room for your drums to like knock even harder. And then I use Landard. I could have a whole topic about this. They have dope effects, I ain't gonna lie. So I just threw the parallel crush on it. It just kind of brings more presence to the sample. That's why I like it. I was thinking of putting gross beat for a certain part. Like you could get very creative in your arrangement, but I'm like, nah, that's kind of doing too much. So I just kept it off. So now let's get into the drums real quick. You don't have to go crazy with your hi-hats, you can, but if you listen to most songs nowadays, we're kind of easing back from like those crazy hi-hat rolls. Sometimes I'll be hearing like other producers' beats and it's no shade to them, but when you use these fast hi-hat rolls, it kind of sounds outdated. So you do want to kind of keep up with what's going on, but by any means, if it sounds good, it sounds good. I'm just saying like you don't have to do those crazy hi-hat rolls to kind of pull off the Metro vibe. Everything just really comes down to sound selection. Then you realize you don't have to really do so much. This is a nice sounding 808. I just kept it in the key where it's already at, G minor, and that's another thing. You could also switch the key, but sometimes I just like how the sample sounds, and I feel like if you go to a different key, it might sound a bit weird, or it might sound dope. Let's actually check that out. Let's just go up 200 cents. Actually, that's pretty tough. That is actually pretty tough. When I got into the beat, I just heard the sample and I just already heard the trap drums already on it. So this was just something I just kind of jumped into quick. But if I had took some time, I probably would have messed with the pitch and the sample. This is how it goes. Same drums and everything. rapper could just go off like that, man. You ain't gotta really do too much when it comes to this kind of style. But for me, I did want it something just a bit different, something that is gonna make it go away from just sounding too repetitive. So I add in this vocal chop from Splice. You can say whatever you want about Splice, but if you use Tracklib and Splice together, you could really get like very unique with your sounds. I think that's the ultimate cheat code. Don't listen to other producers that be telling you, oh, don't use Splice because everybody using it, blah, blah, blah. All these different naysayers in the producer community. It really comes down to you and how creative you are. I downloaded this sample. And yeah, it was already at 80 BPM, so I did the same thing. I had it on stretched it to the 140 tempo. I didn't chop it up. I didn't get too crazy about it. So without it, with it, when it comes to the arrangement, you know, for the verse part, I could even take it out. You could even add a different 808 at a certain part. This is how you build above the whole Metro Boomin type beats, you know, but still have that kind of vibe. Like Future would definitely probably rap on this. That's it for today's video. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe and share with your other producer friends that are like new to sampling and want to kind of sample in that style. And pretty much here goes the whole beat.